welcome back to Waste Some Time with Jason Green. I am Jason Green. It's Wednesday, and that means we're here again. You know, I forgot to turn my light on. I've got this light right here that's supposed to be turned on. You know what? Because I'm so, professional and want things done right, the light will be on right after this.
Just wanna waste some time with you. Sometimes it seems too good to be true. Nobody out there can waste time with you.
What a difference that made. Well, I'm glad I got up. Anyway, it's Wednesday. We're here again. A lot to talk about. I see a lot of questions and comments. We'll get to some of those in just a bit. You know, there's a reason why many people will fail on YouTube. And many people have failed already. When I started doing these interviews, there was a lot of people doing it too. Pandemic was happening and people were looking for new ways to entertain themselves, new ways to pass time, new ways to make money. The reason why so many people have failed, a lot of those channels that we're starting are not there anymore, is because one, people don't make as much money as they expected, at least not as fast as they expected. They weren't willing to put the time in to see what happens, to invest. You got to invest time to make money. Not everyone can sell all their guitars. You have to work at this. And then some people just don't radiate with the audience, if you will. Some people just don't get what they're doing. You have to have some connection. The main reason people fail, though, is not necessarily because they were bad. How many people on YouTube do you watch that are terrible? And you go, I could do that. Or I would watch anyone but that. Well, those people sometimes are the most consistent. Sometimes talent only goes so far. But if you show up all the time at the same time, you'll possibly find somebody who likes what you do. But the main reason people quit is burnout. There's fatigue with YouTube. YouTuber fatigue, they call it. That's a technical term. You do this so much, you get tired. And then there's days when I go, oh man, I got to go on there and find something to talk about. And of course, do that while touring with Stephen Piercy, filming tour diaries, all kinds of other content. There's so much content. At some point, this channel will grow big enough where people will be able to help. We'll get there. But so anyway, I'm fortunate that we have such a great audience and that you guys are such supporters of this channel. And so I'm not going anywhere. But I did sit there today thinking, what am I going to talk about now? You know, what's there left to talk about? And, Johnny Monaco was here last week after a month's absence, and he was selling all his guitars. And a lot of people were concerned that maybe Johnny was looking for a new career. It turns out a few people were angry with Johnny. I don't exactly know why, but some people don't like to see people sell all their guitars, or some people don't like to see people succeed. Or I never understand the angry comments. Sometimes I think, why waste your time? When I see someone on YouTube that I don't like, it happens, I go to the next channel. I don't have to comment. It's amazing how polar opposites people could be. Somebody could come on here and say that I'm the greatest interviewer and this is the greatest channel, and then they love it. And someone else can say they hate me and that I'm the biggest jerk they've ever seen. And so it's funny, and it goes that way with some of the things that we sometimes do on the show. Let me take a look at some of the comments. I haven't had a chance yet. So let's see, do a quick scroll. A lot of people say that they always look forward to this on Wednesdays. It's the reason I do it. Scott says he's counting down the days. I wouldn't do it otherwise. Jason, thank you so much. And it's great to see channel members. There's going to be a lot of new content for channel members. And let's see here. Everything has been shipped at this point. Unless you live outside the country, everything from Patreon has been shipped. Cheers from Tucson, Arizona. Heavy Metal Beer Club is here. Chips Enough Wig Stand is here. A lot of people saying hello and are excited. And I'm glad you guys are here. Let's see. Good evening. Okay. A lot of nice people. Look at that. This name says Lisa, but then it says Jennifer, hello. Oh, Jennifer is here and Lisa is here. They're having a conversation. Well, that's great. Are we insulting the audience yet today? Well, JB, you might be the first. I know, there's sometimes we have a stupid crowd. Let's see what happens today, shall we? Jeremy is very conserved that he's never gotten his Patreon package. He's so concerned that he's commented 75 times. So everything has been sent. So maybe check your address, check your Patreon. You can send me a message and we can see maybe yours got lost in the mail. Did you make sure you had the correct address for Patreon? All of these type of things, but we will look into it. So anyway, that's that. If you comment again, it gets obnoxious. All right, let's see. We miss Johnny. Well, some people miss Johnny, and others don't. But Mama Cat's Rockin' Eats Cooking show are big fans of Johnny. FMK, if you know, you know. I'll answer this before Johnny gets here because I don't think he would even care about this. Phoebe Cates, Linda Carter, Tiffany Amber Thiessen. You marry Phoebe Cates, you'd have to get Kevin Kline out of the way, but she's beautiful and the coolest. Then Linda Carter and Tiffany Amber Thiessen. I mean, Linda Carter is a much, older woman now. Tiffany Amber Thiessen is I don't know. I might have to choose Wonder Woman or Tiffany. We'll have to wonder. Okay, let's see. Yeah, SB says some of the people need to have YouTube fatigue. That's true too. Some people put out too much content. Marshall enjoyed last Wednesday. We'll see how that goes, and we'll see what happened. Did Johnny sell his guitars? All his guitars, even? Now, Wayne got his item, so that's good, Wayne. Thank you so much. He got his pick. Wasn't that hard? So let's see. Everybody here. We'd love to see an interview with Craig Goldie. I think that's possible. Let's see. Keith says that health problems that put his life on hold, shows like this help him pass time. I get that. There's a lot of, and I'm happy to be here to entertain. And of course, my sidekick, Dr. Paul Shortino, is here as well. It's bad tick season, and he's giving you some advice on how to handle it. Yes, Molson Rules, you asked the big question, will I be offering t-shirts? Well, yes. In the next couple weeks, we'll have t-shirts and coffee mugs and all kinds of other paraphernalia that you guys might want. I just want to figure out the best way to do it. I don't want to ship it. I want somebody else to do it. So that means we have to find an in-house team to do that because I got other things. People say they'd love to see me interviewed. Jim Foster says his girlfriend looks a lot like Linda Carter. Jim, would you mind sharing pictures of your girlfriend with us? Thank you. Acid, Red Devil, could you interview Bobby Blotzer? Huh? Could happen. Could happen, right? Ask him. Oh, good. Jim is bringing his girlfriend to the show on July 3rd. Well, Jim, I'm looking forward to that. If Johnny and I look at your girlfriend in a unnatural manner, please forgive us. We are very big fans of Wonder Woman. I won $60 on a Wonder Woman slot machine the other day. Okay. Let's see. Blah, 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 blah. Everybody's fantastic. You know what the world needs right now? Johnny Monaco. There he is.
Hello.
How are you, Johnny? Good to see you.
All right. How are you doing?
Good. I feel like we haven't seen each other in a long time.
Well, it was yesterday.
Oh, yeah, that's right. We were in the Bahamas yesterday.
Oh, don't get me started with that place.
We went to a place here called Bahama Breeze. I guess it's a chain. I guess they have it in other cities. And yeah, we had Johnny had the jerk, right?
The jerk chicken.
Oh, that's right.
I'll cross the road wherever I want.
Jerk chicken. And I had paella. Unlike that paella that you ate, that was didn't look like it was. Never mind. You know.
I I was on the toilet for most of the night.
Ooh.
So somebody did something to my food.
What? Yeah. Do you think it's one of these haters?
No, I just think it was somebody that didn't wash their hands.
Hmm.
And I was,
I feel fantastic.
well, we didn't get the same thing. I got what you told me to get, which was evidently tuberculosis.
Yeah. Well, Jake asked if we've seen The Flash. I have seen The Flash. Johnny has not. I thought it was amazing. I think the surprises are great. No spoiler alerts. You got to see it without knowing what happens. It's a shame that the movie industry is a massive failure like everything else. No one's going to see movies. And they got to cut out these billion-dollar superhero movies probably. But anyway, I think The Flash is great. I recommend it. I'm now on to worrying about how bad Indiana Jones is going to be. But let's see here. Anyway, so we talked a little bit about the Bahamas last night. Johnny had a strawberry mojito as well. That could have been it.
Yeah, something was off. I was fine till like 4 in the morning. Then it kicked in.
Yeah.
It's rough. It's rough.
Yeah. Well, that's how it goes. You know, Johnny, I was talking a little bit about haters, and last week you were here to sell all your guitars, and at least that's what was advertised. And so all of a sudden we started getting, the guitars are gone. We see it right there. Johnny, you got this text message to your phone number.
Yeah.
We blurred out the guy's phone number and other pertinent information for his safety. The text began with, "Is this Johnny asshole?" ? And Johnny didn't reply to that. But then they said the sloppy guitar player that plays what they washed up, and then we redacted that information.
Yeah, I didn't like that part.
And we looked it up, I believe. This is from Houston, right?
Yeah, I don't know that I know anybody there. Maybe it's a fake number, but are we going to get somebody on the case?
Well, yeah. I mean, and by the way, if anyone's watching who would like to just own up to this and save us the effort, that would be very nice of you. But so, again, not everybody is a fan of everything.
Yeah,
but
no.
then
I should have practiced more.
Possibly. Then somebody went to the Facebook Messenger, and
I know on my Facebook page.
Oh, he left us public. Okay.
He replied to my post where I was selling my guitars.
This is from John Bose, no relation to Joan Baez. "The American Strat you have is nice. The white Ibanez RG45 0M, whatever, was a $399 guitar new. You can find them for $300, with or without different pickups installed. You usually lose money installing parts in a guitar like that. Plus the stock Ibanez branded tremolo on that model sucks. The last decent RGM 450M, whatever, was the 2013 to 2014 series. They had a 3-piece neck and the Edge 02 tremolos on them. I mean, anyone watching this not born, you have to pay over $1,200 for an Ibanez with those two features now. The classic vibe isn't worth $500 used, with or without different pickups installed. Your name being attached to it adds zero for 99.99% of the population. But I'm sure some person out there will pay you what you want. Good luck. By the way, you were conveniently in a good mood when you were trying to sell your crap on Jason's show. Good acting." So this is John Bose, and he's angry. He's very angry. I'm not sure why he's so angry. Listen. If somebody is trying to sell something, why would you go in there and try to interfere with it? That doesn't seem like a very nice thing to do.
Yeah.
And why would you insult somebody based on you don't know who would be interested in Johnny and who's not?
Well, the thing I have about all of that is if it's true or partially true, then fine. But the stuff he was saying about those guitars is not right, except for the Fender part, And I disclaimed everything. Like, here's the guitars. They're not high-end guitars. Here's what I did to them. Here's how they play. I looked it up online. This is what they're going for. So here's what I'm going to sell them for. And they don't have to buy them.
Mhm.
But as far as I can't really speak on, my name being attached to something as 0.0. Maybe he's right about that. But the rest of it, as far as the bridge and all the stuff he's talking about, he's nitpicking. And also, it's not fully true. And I'll have you know that I sold all the guitars and all
Oh,
the pedals
yeah,
on the first day.
yeah. Probably in the first hour.
Well, by the end of the day, they were pretty much all taken for. And I could give a couple shout outs here because I'd like to our friend JJ
Hmm.
and over at the Get a Haircut.
Yeah.
And he was very nice and he wanted all the guitars, but we ended up just going with the two, the Strat and the Ibanez, because he wants to hang them up in his place of memorabilia. And I signed him and he's very happy about it.
So the
His
good
lovely
news
wife.
is for the 99.99, the rest of you, is that you can go visit Johnny's Guitars. They will be displayed at Get a Haircut, which is here in Las Vegas. It's in a place called New Orleans Square, I believe. It's on Liberace Street. Don't let that deter you. And in his collection of memorabilia, which is a great one, you can visit these now infamous Johnny Monaco guitars. So I think that's a great thing. I think it's nice that people will get to visit them and all of those things.
Yeah. So that was really cool. He puts them in there. I gave him a little bit of a break just because, I thought it would be cool to have them there
Hmm.
and I didn't have to ship them or anything. So, and then um, Mark Sanchez, uh, our friend Mark Sanchez, big fan of the show here, friend.
Hmm.
He bought the Squire, which I'll say it again, thing plays great. I've set it up. I put stuff on, different bridges and different pickups, and I know this person was claiming it's not worth that much, but I think it is. And that went out the other day, so he took that one. So that was the three, and then my pedal board with all my pedals from all the Enough's Enough days and everything I toured around with for years and years, maybe over a decade, different countries. I even brought that thing to Europe. Um, Someone in San Francisco, his name is Michael Shyleth. He reached out and he wanted the pedals, and I explained to them what they were. I showed him, and he also bought the Mel 9, which is an orchestration pedal. So you plug your guitar and it sounds like an orchestra.
Now, for
Really cool
those
pedal.
watching, if you're still awake during all these uh,
Well, I'm trying to
the,
explain it.
the guitars, obviously there was interest in them. Johnny could have put them for auction. They would have went for a lot more. So the people who were poo-pooing, if you will, are wrong. There was a lot of interest in these guitars, and who knows? I mean, right now, Johnny's. Do you have any junk laying around? I mean, stuff that you left to sell, or that's it?
I sold a couple other pedals and then I sold some CDs, but I do have like a handful of pedals left that I just didn't put up because I just didn't have time, but they're up there now. I have a store. I have a store on my .com. You can just go there and there's a store page and you can see what I have left. And if somebody wants to buy something, then they can do that.
What about a
They're all
date?
cool pedals.
What about a date with Johnny Monaco? Can somebody bid to win a date with Johnny Monaco?
I don't know. What do you think? Is that a good idea?
Mhm.
I'd probably do that. That's
Can
kind of
come to
gigolo though.
Vegas and yeah,
What
someone
happens on
you
the
up to
date?
retire.
Do I have to do stuff?
I don't know. There's a guitar player. He's a hack. He plays with a shit band. He has a terrible reputation to go with his terrible playing, and he offers these kind of things. Uh,
He
I
does?
couldn't say who it is. You know who I'm talking about?
No.
Like, what are the two shittiest bands that are out there? Well, we shouldn't say it out loud. Uh, he was driven out of the city of Los Angeles, if that helps.
Oh, he does that?
He does that. I don't know if anyone's buying it, but I mean, he offers it.
I didn't know that.
hmm
That's weird.
Yeah.
Um,
Anyway, we got a question. How much for the a new mattress owned by Johnny Monaco?
well, the shipping on that would be a lot, or else I would sell it today. If you want to come by and pick it up, how about $1,000? It's a $2,700 mattress.
It's good.
Uh,
It's a good deal.
uh,
Yeah.
want
Michelle
it
would
out of
like.
here.
Michelle would like to date you. Michelle
Uh,
in Felice. Yeah, she's
If I
interested.
could throw this mattress over the balcony without hurting somebody or possibly killing a small animal, I would do it. I just every time I wake up, my upper back part hurts. But when we sleep in those beds in the hotels, it's my hips.
hmm
Very delicate. So it's a
Right.
combination of like firm and soft.
Yeah.
But I'd rather have this than the springs. There's Mark Sanchez.
Oh, very kind of him to offer a super chat. I watched the Custard episode again. Thank you. And Live to Jam. Thank you for. You had to outdo Mark Sanchez. Uh, Glad to finally meet you in Oroville, California. Also ran into Johnny and chatted about Chicago and whatnot. Strange that you didn't run into us together. It was a great show, and Monaco has great stage swagger. Well, he does. Live to
I'm not
Jam.
sure
Yeah, I remember Live to
might
Jam. Live to Jam.
be you might be confusing the swagger with I have my feet hurt when I'm on stage
Well,
because I
that's
got
because
those
you're
cozy
wearing those
boots.
Cousin Eddie boots. Yeah.
So I'm sometimes in so much pain that I'm trying to lift the feet up to just give me a little bit of a break.
Mick is interested in the Iron Maiden poster. There's people are offering anything.
I have some pedals, I have some good pedals back there. You don't want the
Go to
posters. You can buy those.
johnnymonaco.com for all your shopping needs. Johnny has a lot of solo records, and you can buy that kind of stuff
Yeah.
there as well. And Johnny, it's just my opinion. He's having a mid-year crisis a few years after his midlife, and it's time. If I don't listen, I don't know if anyone's noticed, but Johnny's had a haircut since the last show, and he's a new man. This is a new man.
Mm.
If you want to
Me and
know,
Kate, I thought me and Katie
no,
Maloney from Vanderpump Rules. Haircut.
no music, no life is concerned. Where did Johnny's sexy long hair go?
I like to mix it up. Someone in my band told me he liked it 4 times,
Yeah,
but
it was.
in his
Was it
defense,
bald? Was it the bald one?
he might have.
They
No.
they yeah. You should have kept some of that hair. Maybe you could have sold some of it, locks.
No. That's like they could use that against me.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Make a voodoo doll or something.
Mama Cat's Rockin' Eats Cooking Show loves it though, and that's all that matters. She loves it with two
Okay.
T's, like rough cut. Anyway, it's. I'm glad that so many people are watching. Last week we had record numbers because people were really scared that they would never see Johnny again. Uh, and now it's like, back in the day on Wheel of Fortune, you would have to buy things around the set. You had to spend your money there. It's kind of what people are doing with Johnny's living room right now. They're they're looking.
I'll sell that TV, $75.
That's a great deal. They got to pick it up though.
Yeah,
Ray
it's a
Ray,
little older.
Ray P is his name. He says Ricky Rocket has the same haircut. I bet you.
No.
I bet you Johnny has a lot less facial work done than him. I'll tell you that.
It's a different
One of
haircut.
you looks like you've had some work done. Anyway, thank you, Ray P.
He has a lady's haircut.
Okay.
TVs are cheap now, but this one's mine.
That's true. It
Of course.
was used by you. Yeah.
No cats, no smoking, no smoking in here. Very
Mhm.
clean, very clean TV. It's got all the channels. It's got all the good stuff. It's forensic files. You want to watch that? Paranormal Activity, Ghost Adventures. It's got all it's Me
Johnny,
TV.
last time you were here, we were on our way to go to Sacramento, which the airport is called SMF, like the Twisted
Mm,
Sister song and fan club. But so we went there. It was a strange gig. We stayed in a place called the Lodge, and then right next to the Lodge was a casino, and then right next to the casino was a driveway, and right in the driveway was a stage. There were a lot of people there, and it was a good crowd, an enthusiastic crowd. Um, and it was very rare. Everyone kind of hung out together a little bit. We
mm,
went to the buffet, buffet, when we arrived, and some of us had more plates than others. Stephen, I tell you, for such a slender guy, he had 63 plates and 19 cakes.
mhm.
Uh, but we all had a good old time. Brittany Fox was there, not to be confused with Britney Spears. I don't really know anything about Brittany Fox these days. I know the classic lineup: Dizzy Dean Davidson, Johnny D, Michael Kelly Smith, and Billy Childs. Billy Childs is the only current member. Says he was going to do the show, but he kept putting it off. He says he's still going to do the show. He then wanted to do it at sound check. There just wasn't time. Then he wanted to do it after the show. There just wasn't time. That's when I learned that Billy Childs lives in Maine. And not only does he live in Maine, he has a fear of flying. He does not like to get on planes. A lot of people have that. So he drove from Maine to Sacramento. Now, for you geography buffs, here is the United States. Right where my trigger finger is, right there, that would be Maine. This would be Canada. Sacramento is over here somewhere. Think about that trip. That's like, they said it could be 3 days. I don't know how often you stop, but he drove from Maine to Oroville and then played the show and then is driving all the way back. Johnny, have you ever heard of anything so crazy?
It's far. He doesn't like to fly. How long do you think it takes? 4 days? 4 days?
I think. And then you have to maybe, I mean, I'd love to have him call in. We should have planned to, maybe I'll work on that. Because I would love to get road updates from him as he's driving.
He's probably still driving.
He's probably still driving, yeah. And I mean, it's nice to
Far.
see the sights and things. I think he is alone. Uh, I mean, I've never heard of such a thing. I would think the gas is more than he gets paid. I don't know what kind of bread they pull down. Um, we could hear it from our window. We didn't call security, but we could hear it loudly.
Mm,
It
right.
sounded okay to me. I have a hard time getting behind bands that have one member. He would have to come on here and explain it. I heard that Michael Kelly Smith was interested in coming back. Johnny D told me on the cruise that he would come back if they get Dean involved. But who knows? But anyway, I heard a little bit. They had a singer, a new one, I guess, and he sounded okay. He sounded like the
Yeah, he
guy.
was nice. Nice guy.
You spent more time with them. The drummer was in a van with us on the way to the airport. So he's the only one I really got to see. But
Yeah.
anyway, it was
Henry.
Henry, yeah, Portrait of a Serial Killer. Uh, uh, Eric, I think this is, or Enick says, and a lovely slee stack in your photo there. Vixen has one member. That is right. Britney Spears and Vixen can tour together, each with one member. They can bring the suite with them, who have no members. They can bring Autograph with them, who have no members. And it's a little silly, but what do I know? People seem to enjoy it. Most people could only name one Britney Fox song. I was polling people, Johnny included. They know the girls' school song, and that's it. I know "Long Way to Love," Save the Week, and the Girl School song. They played Nazareth, Hair of the Dog, or whatever as well. Quiet Riot has no members. Could be argued. Could be argued. It depends what line of a Quiet Riot you consider the original. I don't really count those records with Randy Rhoads. They didn't come out in the States officially. And I think Quiet Riot begins with Mental Health. And so I would say that Rudy is close enough. But that's for everybody. Bullet Boys is now called Bullet Boy. That's changed. And yes, they have one member. I guess who has no members? Angel and Sweet are on tour. Well, the guys from Angel will be here soon. Coming up. Stay tuned. Dr. Paul thinks that the drummer from Vixen has a member. Well, we will be seeing them very soon. And here's Malfunction, who says, "Come on, Jason, it's pronounced Nick. Do you even Land of the Lost, bro?" See, it was a Land of the Lost reference, and I got it wrong. Thank you, Sean, for watching. Sean's got a busy weekend. I'm going to California tomorrow. I will be there for the. I'm going to be at this Hollywood show, and then I got some other top secret business plans. I wanted to go out to Colorado, which is where Sean will be with some of his clients from the Scream movies. But we have to go to the National Cherry Picking Festival, which is have you ever picked cherries, Johnny?
No, just at Smith's.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So it's going to be a rally of sorts because Night Ranger will be there. And this is the National Cherry Picking Festival. It's huge. It's really massive. No hotels in town. So anyway, Stephen Piercy and Night Ranger. Sorry.
What do you think the chances of all those people there and all those cherries that at least one person will choke on one of the seeds and the paramedics will have to come?
Well, I'm sure they'll be standing by. I mean,
there's a lot of chances of that happening. There's seeds in all those. Sometimes they have little wormholes too. I don't like that.
Yeah, I like cherries.
Yeah, I do too. I like them in my pie.
By the way, just a few more days to get the Grimace shake before Grimace's birthday celebration comes to a close. For those of you who haven't done it yet, I would get on it. Let's see here. Faster Pussycat's going to be in Colorado this weekend. Thank God we won't be anywhere near there. Mark Sanchez says he has to go, but he'll contact Johnny in the morning. Well, that's what a lot of people say when they leave Johnny's life. Johnny, he'll contact you in the morning.
All right.
Yeah.
It's tomorrow, Thursday. Oh, yeah.
If you go to official StephenPiercy.com, you can see all the exciting places that we're going to be going, Johnny. And I never talk about it enough, but maybe some people out there would like to come and waste some time with us in person. There were so many nice people on all these trips. And let's see here. Johnny, let's take a look at some dates. How about that?
Okay.
This is the 80s rock icon, official Stephen Piercy website. Upcoming events. July 3rd, Traverse City, Michigan, National Cherry Picking Festival. July 8th, Big Flats, New York, The Voice of Cinderella, Tom Kiefer, and Vixen. July 14th, Grants, New Mexico, and that's the Fire and Ice bike rally, of course. Friday, July 14th, we'll be there. And then, boy, is it going to get busy, Johnny. July 25th, the Triple Play, York, Pennsylvania. Vince Neil, Quiet Riot, Stephen Piercy. July 27th, Foxborough, Massachusetts. July 28th, Derry, New Hampshire. July 29th, why not Michigan? Then we go home, Johnny, for just a few days, and then we go back to Michigan again, August 3rd. Another show Actually, it's the Ultimate 80s Rock Party with Vince Neil. August 5th, Ashland, Kentucky. Very excited about that one. Hannibal, Missouri, 80s Rock on the River. Now, we've done the Rock on the River. I think this is a different Rock on the River. Everyone's got their own thing, but 3 of the 80s rock favorites in one. Stephen Pearcy, Slaughter, and Vixen. Okay, that's a good one. I have some stuff planned to film for there. And then September 7th, Alton, Virginia. Vince Neil will be there, and there's a lot of other bands. So Stephen Pearcy sharing the stage with Five Finger Death Punch. Are you excited about that, Johnny?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Then Puerto Rico, Johnny. San Juan, Puerto Rico with Quiet Riot. I've never been to Puerto Rico. Have you?
Just the one on Flamingo.
Yeah. Like it's going to be a Baricua festival. I'm looking forward to it. September 13th, Salt Lake City. Look at this one. This is a big one. Buy your tickets now. The Utah State Fair. Vixen, Great White, Slaughter, Quiet Riot, and Stephen Pearcy. That's a good one. After that is Cottonwood, Arizona. St. Charles, Illinois. Is that the Arcada Theater?
Yes.
That's a big homecoming show from you, Johnny. People might want to buy some of your things. You can go to Aunt Marge's, right, and get some stuff out of the basement.
I do have to get a couple things out of there, yes.
Here's Tris. Tris with the super chat. Thank you very much, Tris. Much appreciated. Not even a comment. Oh, here he is. Excited for the whiskey ice cream money for you. Thank you so much. Did we have too much dessert last night. Johnny, I think that might have been what made you sick.
No, because you would have got sick too then.
Man, but you might have a more sensitive palate than me.
No, there was something up. There was bacteria.
Okay. So anyway, Johnny's homecoming Friday, October 6th. October 7th, back in Versailles, Ohio. That's in the middle of nowhere, by the way. That is in the middle of nowhere. October 21st, New Buffalo, Michigan. That'll be the third time we're in Michigan in of course, for a few weeks. Look at this address. You think that's a typo? 111111 Wilson Road.
They wanted to be the first building.
Suppose. Then we're going to go to Cactus Pete's in Jackpot, Nevada, October 27th and 28th. 2 nights, even though it's listed 3 times, it's only 2.
I'm tired just looking at this.
Yeah, me too. Then St. Louis, Missouri, November 17th. December 8th, Knoxville, Tennessee. December 29th, this was just announced. The Whiskey A Go-Go. It's going to be a fun one. Close the year out there. And then the 80s cruise, next year. And if this looks tiring, that's nothing because there's a lot of shows that have not been officially announced yet. Okay, let's see. So anyway, I wanted you guys.
Probably shouldn't have sold all those guitars.
Yeah. Now what are you going to do?
Put them on the rider.
Yeah. Let's see.
What if Billy Childs had to drive to all those?
Yeah. Well, at least he'd stay moving. Why does Vince Neil play with his solo band so much when he makes so much touring with Motley Crue?
I don't know. Just time off. Maybe
I would say that he likes to do it. Some people like to live above their means. I don't know, but maybe he likes to have all the bread, and I think he likes to play. And Motley Crue is a band where he has to deal with other personalities, and his solo band, it's all about him. I think.
Yeah.
What does the Grimace taste shake taste like? It tastes like berries. It's vanilla soft ice cream with berries. We will be at the Mad Monster Phoenix Horror Convention. I have that on my list, and I just don't think I can get there. I don't know if Sean's still watching, but Johnny and I are going to go to a thing in Chicago called Fan Expo. They're going to have Back to the Future cast and the Vacation cast. And Johnny and I are going to mingle with the cosplayers and all those types to bring you quality entertainment. And I think Sean's got some of the screen people there too. So if you want to join Johnny and I in his hometown of Chicago, we'll be there the 10th or 13th, something like that. So anyway, hot news off the press. Matt would like to know, Johnny, who has better guitar solos, Metallica or Iron Maiden?
Iron Maiden.
I would have to agree. All right. Not sure what this means. Jim is saying you can self promo. Any idea what that means, John?
What?
I don't know. He said you can self promo ?
I don't know what that means.
Here is Shari or Shari or Cherie, as the case may be. I like watching the videos. Love was too strong a word, but thank you. Donna would like to know if Steven is okay with Johnny cutting his hair because LA Guns wanted him to play Les Paul and lose the glasses. I think Steven loved it. I don't think he'll remember it, but next time he sees Johnny, I think he'll see it again for the first time, and he'll remark that he loves it.
Told me 4 times.
Mm-hmm. Each time it seemed like it was a new thing to him, though.
No, that's okay. Still counts.
Every time.
Likes it 'cause it doesn't. Yeah, I just told him. Well, my inspiration was.
Maybe you don't say your inspiration. Well, now you're getting like that other guy.
It's true.
Yeah, Johnny doesn't want to grow old, with the same look as everybody else, and. Oh, here's Sean. He says he's doing Fan Expo in Denver this week. That's the one I wanted to go to. But he won't be at the Chicago one. Oh, nor will the Scream Peeps. Okay, so that one he won't be at. But, Fan Expo Denver. I like that one. All right. But work. I wish I could go, but who knew I'd have to be out picking cherries? Let's see. A lot of people think that Chip is going to enjoy your hair, Johnny.
I don't know about that.
The Beastie Boys believe that Vince is a big, out-of-shape mofo, but the man knows how to party. No comment. Yes, Chevy Chase will be at the Chicago thing. I'll be there, Joe Mannix. I'm excited. This Friday, interview with Hannes of a band called Shiraz Lane, Finnish band, kind of up and coming. That'll be on. And then I skipped a tour diary this Monday, but we'll be back next week. You'll see us live from Oklahoma with Steven Adler. It's fun. I think some fun stuff happened. Last trip was a little boring. I don't know. I'm not sure that's how fun it will be, but I'll try to find a way. And then we're caught up on these tour diaries. Let's see here. Reality Check TV is concerned that he can't comment and watch at the same time. Not sure what that means, but will you be in York, Pennsylvania on July 24th, the day before you show with Kix? Yes, we're going to go see Kix. It'll be our final time seeing Kix. Johnny's a big Kix fan. And have you ever seen Kix?
Yeah. Back in the day when I lived in Hollywood, I used to set up the tent at a place called Exposure 54, and they would play there all the time. So I would actually, help set up the room and stuff, and then they would do their show. They'd come out. He'd get on top of like what do you call that? Like where the Egyptians would carry somebody, and he'd go around the crowd, and he would throw stuff out. That's part of their thing. They're still going strong, and that was like 100 years ago.
Yep. Well, but they're going to wrap it up now. and final
Mm.
show sold out in Maryland. That's their hometown.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Let's see here.
Good.
What's the date again before July 3rd? Well, there is none. The next show is July 3rd. I'm in California on top secret business. I'm gonna come home Sunday. I leave in the morning. I'll be back Sunday, and then I go right to the cherry picking festival. I'm excited. As you can tell by my voice how excited I am. Hmm, let's see here. Trying to make sure I get to all these very important comments. Johnny, I always do this show, and I always think I want to get out of here in an hour. And
Yeah.
tonight's the night. Somebody's talking about meeting with Warren DeMartini. I can tell you that somebody in the Stephen Piercy camp, I don't know if this is private information or not, did have a long discussion with Warren DeMartini recently in a grocery store. And they've been
Oh, yeah.
texting since, but I can't really say much more about it. But he's around.
Hmm.
He's around. He's alive.
Run.
He's around and around. Yeah. All right. A lot of people say they'll be watching fireworks on the 4th of July. We will be sitting on a plane on the 4th of July. So hopefully, the fireworks don't interfere with the takeoff, right, Johnny?
Or it does.
Mhm. Yeah. It's.
They're buying them across the street in the parking lot at the Smiths.
Oh yeah.
They got like a big truck, and all these dummies are standing in line looking at like they're ordering ice cream. They're
I would
pointing at
think.
stuff.
I would think your neighborhood is going to be a very big fireworks neighborhood.
Oh, it's gonna be a mess. Was I here
Yeah.
last year? I think so, yeah.
Yeah,
I
I
don't
think so.
remember. Oh yeah, no, I could see it from here. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it'd be cool to be in an airplane because you'll get to see everything going off.
Yeah.
Big deal.
Including the lunatics on the plane.
They don't even celebrate. It's not like they're celebrating freedom anymore. It's just an excuse to go buy fireworks. So their fat kids roam in the street.
Hmm.
Go back. Take the lighter. Daddy, ow! My fingers got blown off. Well, that's what happens when you play with fireworks.
I don't even think
So,
that would be in English, to be honest. But let's see here. And people are very excited. A lot of things. I saw a lot of RATT box sets at the last show. People buying them like crazy. The link is in the description. If you want to buy one from me, they're on sale. You're buying it through me. Amazon will ship it to you. But anyway, saw a lot of them. People are excited about them. We've got some of the CD ones at the show, and then meet and greets. A lot of meet and greets. We met a lot of nice people in that last show. People ask what touring is like when you do it by plane. And it's like these little summer camps where you meet a bunch of people, promoters, drivers, production people, and then they all text you for those 3 days, and then you leave, and hopefully you never hear from them again. And it's usually what happens. And then you do it all over again. Advancing, you're dealing with these people month, 2 months before you get there, and then you meet the people that you've been texting with the whole time, and you hope everything is there, and then you move on again. And so, as crazy as it sounds, you leave one show, it's hard to remember. If it wasn't for the tour diaries, I think a lot of what we've done, I would have completely forgotten.
I got a call today from somebody from
Yeah,
Rockin' Boots, Mercedes, Texas.
hmm,
Danny, right? Remember?
yeah,
Did he call? He called. They want to do another show. I'm like, well, I don't know. I'm not the booking agent. He said
yeah.
he tried
Well,
calling you.
I'm not the booking
Want to
agent.
do they want to do another show. I'm trying to help them steer them in the right direction.
Yeah, well, they got to go to the agent. But yeah, I'd like to go back there. Any plans on re-releasing Death of a Nation? That's my record with the band Sin City Rejects. We were going to put it out on Golden Robot Records. I don't want to. I don't know if Golden Robot Record is even a thing, but maybe I just put it out myself. I don't know. I felt like maybe put it out on vinyl or something. Who knows? I kind of like to keep that band like the Sex Pistols, one record and that's it. I think that's the best way to do punk music. I personally don't think anyone needs new music. I don't buy new music. I don't want to hear it. I don't care what anybody's doing. Just play your fucking hits. You know, I'm here for the nostalgia. I don't like new. By the way, Johnny has a new record called "She Says She Found Her Soulmate." Johnny, when do you think that'll be available?
Well, I bought a bass, but I had to return it because the neck turned into a circle.
That's a bad thing.
Yeah, well, for bass it is. Um, good if you're making donuts. And then so I laid down one track. I think I'm almost done. It's really close.
So maybe we could see it by the 4th of July.
Mm,
Maybe pushing it.
that's coming up, but I do have some time now where I could finish it because I don't have so many local shows.
Yeah.
Really,
All right. Well,
it's getting really close, and I got my friend Rob Lane's going to help me do
design.
the CD artwork. Yeah,
Yeah. No.
he's great. He's great.
For those of you who've waited, it's coming. Okay. Jeff Mars. Thank you, Jeff, for the super chat. Jason, Johnny, don't bring your fireworks on the plane. Okay, that's good to know. Got to see you guys in Cohoes in New York. Great show.
Fireworks.
Enjoy both of your YouTube channels. Well, thank you so much, Jeff. Much appreciated. Cohoes in New York was a fun one. That's the haunted place, Johnny. Remember that?
I do. I watched the special on it.
Yeah. There was a lady there who haunts it. Forgot her name.
Yeah, yeah, that was a great place. I like little towns like that,
Hmm.
like small towns, like Midwest towns, East Coast. Just has like something about those kind of towns. And St. Charles is sort of like that in Chicago. That's why I kind of like playing there.
Joe is looking forward to meeting us at the Traverse City, which is the cherry picking festival. Joe, if you're not completely insane and your picture looks like you're a normal guy, then we can meet by the cherry bushes, and we would love to meet you. I'm always around. Johnny's a little bit more elusive. Let's see. People are enjoying the running joke that Johnny's making a record, but maybe you'll be disappointed when it comes out and then there's nothing to make fun of anymore. But I still think we have a little time. Let's see. Is Johnny getting a new guitar, rock guitar school?
I would like to get something. I was actually just before this, I got a little nice call from Stevie D from Buck Cherry.
Mm-hmm.
We grew up together, and we
Oh,
were talking
sorry
about
to hear that.
guitars.
Yeah.
And he was very nice, and he talked about some guitar stuff, and um, we're talking about what to get and stuff. We were discussing that. So yeah, I'm looking for something. I'm not sure what I want. I mean, as soon as I find it, I'll know.
Yeah. Well, hopefully anything he recommended won't make you sound like Buckshire. But yeah, let's see here. What is JM, that's you, attraction to Ibanez?
I just like the way they play the neck profile, and it's also can do any sound. Les Pauls sound like Les Pauls, Strats sound like Strats. These guitars have a combination of pickups to where you can really get any sound out of it. It's a workhorse. It's got the tremolo I need. I like the back of the neck being as flat as they are. I just think they're comfortable to play.
I think that's a good answer. Jim is also looking forward to seeing us Monday at the National Cherry Festival. So, well, thank you, Jim. I'm looking forward to meeting everyone. Remind us that we talk on here, and maybe we can hang around as you've seen in some of the tour diaries. Here, Chips Enough's Wig Stand says no new music. I heard Enough's Enough, Faster Pussycat, Def Leppard, and Santana are in their prime right now. Prime example of why I would
Hilarious.
not buy any of those records.
That's supposed to be funny.
Either. Oh, I mean, I think it was. Yes.
It's everybody now. It's everyone's a comedian.
Yeah. I didn't think he named those because he was serious about the quality of the entertainment. I'm tired today, Johnny. Are you tired?
I am tired. I mean, maybe people keep saying like I'm not into it or I'm just sitting here, but I don't know why. I think it had to do with being up all night. I wasn't feeling good all night, but I am tired
Yeah, I am too.
today.
Maybe there's something in the
It just started.
something,
It
something in
started
the air.
now. Yeah, someone told me I have low energy. And then the guy that was ripping on me before said I had high energy because I was faking it and I was acting.
All right.
I just sometimes I'm tired, sometimes I'm not. You can't be on every day. I mean, I guess you could if you force it. That would be acting. Sometimes I'm up, sometimes I'm down. Sometimes I'm tired, sometimes I'm around. Sometimes, shooby-dooby-doo.
Sometimes you feel like a nut. Sometimes you are.
It could be this vodka too, making me tired.
That could be.
Um, and it is not espresso, it's espresso. So,
Yes, there's no
uh,
X. No X.
so the lady at the Indian casino that we were at the other night,
Hmm.
she said, she goes, "Would you just like the espresso, or would you like something in it?" And I mean, in her defense, I was calling it that up to like about a year ago.
Johnny met a nice lady at the nice young lady at the Indian casino. You likened her to a moth though because she kept disappearing. Uh,
It was very elusive. I didn't really even get to see her full on. You said you saw her, and you said
I
maybe it
did.
wouldn't be someone I would, you know. Sort
She,
of
I
reminded me of
said
like
who she looked like, and I can't remember now who I said. She had a little bit of a.
well, like when Linda Blair's turning into
That's right.
the
That's what you said.
devil.
Yeah, but she looked like Linda Blair in Exorcist II, not Exorcist One. She was of age,
Hmm.
but
Yeah, I never got the full. I never got the. She was so quick. She was there and she was gone. That
yeah,
place was a little weird.
it was a little weird. The rooms were very large. I thought the bed was comfortable. You did not, but
Oh no no no! That was
yeah,
a horrible bed.
yeah. I thought it was fine. Uh, uh, and yeah, I don't know. I watched a little TV. I watched the Martin Lawrence show in the middle of the night. I may have had an edible. Uh, I watched that. I never turned the TV on in my room. Almost never. But that time I did. Let's see. Hmm. How do you manage to edit out the groupies in the diaries? That's a huge question. I get that one a lot. Uh,
What groupies?
yeah, it's not the hardest editing. Oh, here's Eric. Eric, good to see you. Johnny, do you have or are you endorsed by any companies? People hit the like button. Eric, thank you so much. Johnny, tell them
On my
about.
dot on my .com, I have an EPK, electronic press kit, right?
Mhm.
And then on there, I have all the endorsements that I use, which there's not many. I have an Ultimate Ears in-ear endorsement and Atomic Amplifier, Atomic Amps, and a Pariah pickup and in-tune guitar picks and tone buys. It makes the device that I use to drop D and more are little micro pedals that I don't have, but if I want those, I can get those. So as of now, I think those are the only ones I have. So I don't have a guitar endorsement, which is really what I need, and string endorsement. Those are what I need.
So if anyone's interested in helping, go on and check out Johnny's RFK, and he will
Yeah.
help you with that. Let's see here. Good evening from Florida. Hi, Francis. Fortunately, we won't be in Florida anytime soon. Not because we don't like it there, but because, man, is that a flight. Coffee
Mm,
Enthusiast
yeah.
is here. Keith is concerned that I might be editing Johnny's harem out.
No, it's like I get there and we we get in late or whatever. We get something to eat. We go to bed, wake up. There's a sound check. We play the gig. Next thing you know, you're in bed and you're on a plane. There's no time for hanky panky.
Yeah. Married to the
But I
industry.
mean, I, I never at any of these shows get anybody like, hey, you wanna take me upstairs sometime, phone. No one ever says that
Yeah.
to me.
I would say that in this day and age, it's become rarer that there's any of that kind of
Trim.
thing happening. Neil would like to know, he obviously doesn't watch the show, how did Steven find Johnny? There's a whole episode. It's probably 2 episodes dedicated to that. But if you watch the tour diary with Utah and M3, you'll see that the guitar player we had got the dreaded sickness. And on short notice, I asked them to hire Johnny, and it worked out, and Johnny's been here ever since. But you can watch the whole thing of how it happened. It's pretty entertaining.
Hmm.
Let's see. Yeah, I don't know, Johnny. Every time we do one of these, when we finish, I go, "Boy, that was just terrible." And then people say
I
those
know.
really
I say that all the time too, and usually they're good. But this one
yeah, really bad.
is
Oh,
really
it's good.
terrible. Yeah.
No, it's terrible. Yeah.
No, I mean you're fine. I'm just tired. I don't know why I'm not very animated today.
Mhm.
It's just day to day, like you said. I think I got that thing you're talking about, that YouTube fatigue. I woke up tired.
No,
I had a dream about something terrible, and I woke up and I was all mad. And I was up half the night because of Bahama Mama, where the fuck we ate.
yeah.
And then, I'm still haven't eaten. Maybe I'm low on protein. I only ate some peanuts earlier.
Did you
Been
get those
drinking
off the library?
vodka. No, I bought them over there. I've been eating peanuts like I like them. I think you get
Uh,
protein from them.
do all the members of Stephen Piercy use in-ear monitors to dial their own mixes? No, no one has it. No one has it. They all
Not
go
only
with,
do we not use that, but some of us leave our pedals on the board on the stage when we leave.
that's what I've heard.
Some people, I use the in-ears for around town usually, because a lot of the casinos, they don't want you to bring amps. And then I have that app on my phone, and I dial it in, and usually it's the same. I just hit a button, it pulls it up, I tweak it. I don't really like that. I like to have just not anything in my ears. I like to play with the amps. But
We
the
like
ones I have are really
AirPods,
good.
though, Johnny. We're big fans of AirPods.
Yeah, these are great.
Oh, you have
But
yours.
the ones I have, yeah, the ones I have are Ultimate Ear 17s or 16s, or they got like 5 drivers. They're supposed to be really good. To me, they all sound the same.
Oh,
But
driver.
yeah, they're really good. They're like one of the
It's
better
around the
ones,
park.
and they're
My
super
buddy
expensive.
Jason would like to know, what's the longest flight you've ever been on tour? Japan? I think longer. You've
Me,
been to Australia.
I mean, I don't know the hours, but yeah, Australia or Japan.
You
I
know,
think Germany was.
I think Australia is the furthest. Someone here might know. But I will tell you who's not going to Australia, and that is the voice of Enough's Enough, Donnie V. There's been some kind of uproar,
Yeah,
maybe a shady promoter, I'm not sure, but
that's what they're
something
saying.
happened.
It's weird that would happen.
And Chips Enough is here celebrating with his band. They make $14 a night, and they're happy. Greg
Yeah,
says, why did Frankie leave the band a while back? I've seen him with the Aerosmith tribute band. Frankie makes more money doing the Aerosmith tribute. He owns part of it. He plays cruises constantly, and it just wasn't. And we've been through a bunch of lineups, and he played with Steven a million times, and I think it was just in his best interest. I spoke to Frankie maybe yesterday about doing the show, and we'll see. You know, he's sometimes interested, but he's worried that he might offend somebody, unlike me and Johnny. Tim, thank you.
You know, we were at that Buck Cherry concert.
There's no
Josh
we.
Todd-
There's no we in the Buck Cherry
When
concert.
I w-
You. Yeah.
I was there. The Josh Todd was telling people on the microphone, "You do what you want. You don't do what people tell you to do. You do what you want to do in this lifetime." And I'm thinking about it. I'm like, you know, Josh Todd's right. I got to start doing what I want. So
Fred Durst told you
lately,
that years ago.
oh yeah. Well, it sounded better coming from him. He had the tattoos and everything. And then I got this Josh Todd haircut, which has really inspired me to get wild and start doing things I want to do. Like today, I bought a whole watermelon, like the whole thing. And it was like,
That a
you know,
food
I
of your
could have,
people.
well, I could have bought just the chunks. You get the pieces for $5, but the outside of the thing's all sappy and it's sticky and they don't take the seeds out anyways. And for $5, for another $1.50, could buy a whole watermelon.
Do you have a watermelon
So
knife?
I got crazy with that. I just bought the whole thing. I have a knife kit. I can't talk about that, but I have a very nice knife kit, and one of them will absolutely do the work on a watermelon. I just have to chop it up. But boy, it looks a good one. Nice. I know how to. You got to knock on them. Got to look at the striping. You can look at the way the vines go. You look for the flat spot. There's a lot going on when you pick out a watermelon.
Yeah, you know your stuff. When you pick out the grape soda, you don't put as much thought into it. You just grab it off the shelf. But with that one, you like to be particular. Joe, thank you so much for the super sticker. Johnny and I are giving you the most boring episode in history, and yet you are still kind. So we appreciate that. And Keith, yes, Johnny goes to Buck Cherry Life Coaching.
He is. He knows what he's talking about, that guy. At first I was skeptical, but then after I heard how beautiful that song was about F everything and F this and F you, and I'm thinking this guy's onto something. And then there's some other stuff, and he does the punching and he's got the tape. He's very energetic. I need some of that energy.
Yeah, well, maybe
And hopefully
maybe
I think this is a good start. How long does it take to get like your entire body tattooed? Is it too late for me?
I don't think it's ever too late to get started.
I don't think should I start getting tattoos? I mean, is it something that would look good on me? Like in through here, maybe? The kids do that now. They do the neck.
Neil says that
You know, I'm not gonna.
our most boring episode is still better than no episode at all. He loves hearing the stories, so I appreciate that. Yeah, I mean, Johnny and I had this talk. Josh Todd was trying to sing with Velvet Revolver and Slash ghosted and got Scott. And that's sort of true. The band wasn't called Velvet Revolver, but Slash and Duff and Matt Sorum were jamming. And originally, Izzy Stradlin was going to be the singer of that project. They played shows together with him. I think he's cooler than Josh and Scott Weiland personally, and probably a better songwriter than those guys. But not that he has songs about fuck this and fuck that. But then they went, and then Josh was trying out. I thought Josh was good. He looked a lot like Axl and maybe sounds a little, and I thought he would have been a good fit, but they thought Scott Weiland. I don't like Velvet Revolver. Matt Sorum will be here soon, but not my favorite. All right. Oh, hey, reality. My pal Billy Rowe of Jet Boys and Buck Cherry. Johnny and Billy Rowe are best BFFs. You guys hung out together, right?
We went to the museum together.
Yeah, you guys went to the museum. We had a nice day.
Been to that thing twice now, and it was
Yeah.
Each time it was longer than the first.
Yeah, and well, but you did hang out with all the guys and had a nice time.
Mm-hmm.
Francis thinks you should definitely get the tats. Sebastian Bach would have been interesting with Velvet Revolver. I think he would have too, but
I don't know if I could do that. Everyone does that. I don't have any tattoos.
Mm-hmm. Neither do I.
Not one. All my piercings are internal.
Well, and your wiener.
No, that I can't do. I've seen people do those. The old Prince Albert. There's one that
There's a
goes in the
guest on
middle.
this show who has it, and
Oof, ouch.
it's not someone you would ever think
No,
either.
no. Well,
Do you know who it is?
no, but if you heard the scream I let out, and that was just in the Gap dressing room, I do not think I would be able to do that. I mean, that's some wow. I don't.
We
Seems
should
like a
have
lot
the
of work.
guy on here to see if he would like to talk about it. I don't know if he's ever publicly said it. He's a regular. We see him all the time. You and I both know the person.
Eric?
No, I don't know about him. No.
No, I'm not. I don't think I'm going to get anything pierced. If I see a needle, I pass out.
Get a tattoo on your bottom lip. That's big, Johnny, to get it inside their mouth.
That's stupid. That doesn't do it. What are you going to do? They go like this? Hey, man. See, I got one. I don't understand that.
I know a chick. She's got one in here. It says like death metal or something. And
Not doing that. If I'm doing it, but see, the problem is you can't just start now. Like his, if you look back in photos and you see him now, he looks like the Yakuza. But back then, he just had a couple. So there's like, a whole like accumulative life. If you just show up one day and you got all tattoos, you're gonna look nuts.
somebody's guessing about who it was who has the Prince Albert piercing. Um,
It's not Michael Sweet.
uh,
It's not Oz
Michelle,
Fox.
Michelle says women love Prince Albert. They love it.
What?
Mhm.
The only thing I
Michelle
know
is-
about that is we got Prince Albert in a can. Well, you better let him out. The joke.
Mhm.
I don't think. Why would someone like that?
It tickles spots.
All right.
Doesn't
Okay.
sound good to me either, but
Let's keep it clean.
yeah.
Tickles.
Well, you got to keep it clean. I mean, after you do that, too.
Yeah, it's a lot of work at the airport. I just, I have a bad enough time going through the airport. They always ask you, do you have any metal on you? And I go, yeah.
Mhm.
And they're like, sir, do you have any metal? I'm like, well, no. They're like,
This is no
what,
time
sir?
for it. This is no time for fooling around.
Yeah.
Kim says if you don't like needles, you're not going to like tattoos.
Yeah, right. Well, what about just those ones that you like put on with the paper and then you peel them?
A temporary, like it's called Cracker Jacks.
Could probably do those.
Yeah.
But they usually those are more like just sailor themed, like anchors and stuff. And that's another thing. If I had a tattoo and it was like a little crooked every day to look at it, I'm like, it's a little crooked,
Mhm.
And I'd
I'm
have to have,
jealous
but
of people who can randomly slap things upon themselves at any time.
it's like Miley Cyrus. It seems like a lot of you got to really pick the right one, and then there's themes like koi fish and koi ponds and poi from Hawaii
Mhm.
and koi, like if you're acting coy.
Speaking of Prince Albert's, Johnny and I went to brunch the other day with Oz Fox of Striper, and we had a nice time. Johnny was running a little late, but it was okay. Oz was running early. Oz got there. The plan was to meet at 10. Oz got there at 9:30. I got there around 9:45. Johnny was running a little late. He had things to take care of. Johnny's into banking nowadays. He's got
Not by choice. I mean, you switch banks and the whole world turns upside down on you. It's unbelievable. That's why I don't want to do it before.
Well, and
Changing banks.
so
Jeez.
yeah, so they so we met. We went to the Wicked Spoon. We got there for breakfast, but it turns into lunch where they break out crab's legs, and we had a nice time. Oz told us some fun stories. I don't think we can tell, but they were good. And Striper just finished their tour, and And we had a nice time. You and Oz enjoyed the crab legs together.
I bet I would look really cool with tattoos.
I didn't have any, but they were really,
Yeah, well, boy, did we go to town on those.
yeah. And it was
You
a
gotta go.
nice time catching up. And I will say that they
Mhm.
came to us and alerted us to the time limit. We have met our time limit. Never had that happen.
Yeah,
90
that
minutes.
guy.
Gotta go, guys. It's too
No,
much.
he said this is a courtesy.
Yeah,
Courtesy
it would have been worse had we.
to let you know that
Yeah.
it's time. You've been here for 90 minutes. Your friend looks like he's sweating. You're gonna have to go. And then we were like, all right. And then we didn't go. Then we finished up. Every time I leave there, I don't know. I'm not hungry. I mean, I am hungry, even though I eat so much.
Mm,
I don't get it.
yeah, we. But it was a nice day. I can't really say that anything all that crazy happened, but we had a nice time. Francis would like to know about how Oz's health is. Well, you should have seen how many crab legs he put away. He's quite healthy.
Yeah, you
Uh,
seem all right.
Oz has issues hearing through one of his ears because of the surgeries. If you've seen my show, my interview with Oz, you see what he went through. It's amazing that he's alive, and but so we have to sit on the side of him that he can hear out of best. And but he's doing great. I mean, I really can't believe that he's out there playing and doing the things. After I've seen it since the night he fell from the seizure to now. So anyway, Oz is a great
Oh,
guy.
jeez. Yeah, he's really nice. Remember when you told the entire room what's happening?
It was
I like
strange.
that
Yeah,
part. It's
yeah.
so
I
funny.
don't know. I was
Like
going to tell that story, but maybe not.
he went
Uh,
crazy at the end. It was great. I
he
think we
kind of
get him
got like
going.
he got like a food high, and then me and Johnny are wacky, and then he wanted to be wacky, and then we saw a bunch of girls, ladies in thongs and things with their, and he just, yeah, he wasn't going to partake, but yeah,
Yeah, those girls walk around, man, with their in the casino with
mhm.
G-strings, thongs, like thin dental floss with some sheer like one of those things that the hippies have in the doors, the beads
Yes,
for a dress. So you could see right in there
yeah,
with
in
their
their butthole,
yeah, their buttholes. And then they have this smirk on their face like, don't look at me.
right? Yeah, it's a strange how just how
It's
naked people.
exhausting. And you know that she's a real pain in the ass,
Well,
walk. And some of them don't even wear shoes on the floor in a casino.
mhm.
If that's dirty, what do you think's going on under the beads?
Yeah, it's true. And they sit
Jesus.
all over these communal chairs and things,
Yeah, they sit down on the benches. There's nothing going on there. There
Mhm.
for sure, troops can sneak around and go up the tubes.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, I agree.
And then
I
I sit
really,
on them, and then you feel warmth. Where do you think that warmth came from?
oh, I could tell you the other day how bad I had that. Oh, yeah, it was
I
rough.
hate that, especially when they sit there for a while, they're stewing in it. They get up, and then you have to sit in their warmth of
Mhm.
their no. Hoo-hoo. The butt turds come out of there.
Mhm. Okay, I mean,
And
sometimes.
not a lot of them are wiping. I've talked to some of these people. They can't even put sentences together. You think they're taking their time when they're doing that? No. They're probably doing one wipe and they're like, that's good. You got to test it. There needs to be no yellow, nothing. You never know when you're going to need it to be
Mhm.
clean down there.
Yeah, no, I agree. A lot of people agree with you here in the comments.
Yeah. You do one wipe, and that's the way someone runs their life. I guarantee. I've met these people, real half-ass. What, what, what do you think they're doing? They're it's a wipe and run.
Mhm.
They're not taking time. They don't have a kit. They're not using water. You got to really get in there. Talk to these idiots. They don't have their shit together.
Yeah, no, people agree with you.
So, yeah.
Again, I'm getting this question a lot. Were you friendly with Quiet Riot 2001? I mean, I don't know if I was friendly in 2001, but Kevin DeBro, I chatted with him a few days before he passed. He was going to come do a jam thing I was doing for charity, and we were friendly enough. Carlos Cavazzo and I have been friendly for a long time. I have the only interview in the modern day with Carlos Cavazzo, which is on this channel. Frankie Benali I was friendly with. I actually spoke to his widow the other day. Top secret business. And Rudy Sarzo are still friendly with. We see him around a lot. I saw him a few weeks ago. Nice guy. He's been on the show. Kelly Garney, the original bass player, he's been on the show. And so, yeah, I mean, did you know the Quiet Riot guys at all, Johnny? Did they come in your path at all?
Glam Slam Metal Jam, the real one.
That was the 4.
That was 2000.
Okay, that's what he wants to know. Did you get to know the guys?
Yeah, Kevin DuBrow,
Mm-hmm.
and I think we hung out a little bit on the buses and stuff because we'd have to. It was a little weird because Poison was on that. They didn't want you to park your buses near their buses.
Mm-hmm.
Gotta don't talk to their fans. If this one's got a pass and it says Ricky on it, that's his girl. It's like living in Rome.
The scumbags, yeah.
In back in the day when people owned others.
Right.
And,
They didn't know about Juneteenth. Yeah.
Bring her to my room, cleaned, and do not look at this one. She is for my use for the evening. You may have her when I am done with her services. But yeah, me personally, I don't go for it. I do what I want. I guess just like Josh Todd, I'm a trailblazer. And I got in trouble a couple times. I think I've talked about this before when they told me to, CC needs to speak to you. I told that story. He basically wanted a guitar lesson. But yeah, that's I think Big John was on that tour, right? And they had a security guy, Rob, that guy. And yeah, but Kevin, I mean, we've hung out with those guys were all nice. Everybody else was nice. Warrant, Janie Lane, they were on it. He was great. I don't remember much more.
A lot of people on that tour didn't survive.
I know. Yeah, I had red hair, and I wore a dress a couple times just because I was like, I don't know, Nirvana or something. It was into it, and I got reprimanded for it. Said I was making fun of the tour, and they made us park our bus outside the gate because Ricky was hitting on girls, and we were the bad boys on that tour.
Ricky Parent, you're talking about.
That's right, Ricky Parent.
A lot of people saying they saw another Carlos interview. Well, you're all wrong. The only modern interview with Carlos Cavazzo is mine, and that was, I'm not talking about like a red carpet. Like, what are you wearing today, Carlos? I'm talking about an hour sit down. It's the only one he's done in the 2020s, 21s, 22s, 23s. So if you want to watch it, go watch it. And people love to talk about other channels. It's a big thing, Johnny. What happens is people who have less viewers love to come in and then link themselves.
I see a couple of people, they say stuff here. There's, it's like a backhanded compliment, or there's a self-steer, or there's some reason they're saying what they're saying to be mean or something. And
right.
And I mean, it's fine. They can say what they want. I mean, the fact that they think that we're not reading into that.
That's right.
It's not very transparent. It's stupid.
Yeah, exactly.
I do what I want. Josh Todd taught me a lot at that concert.
Yeah, that it seemed like it was quite the eye-opening experience for you.
Oh, he is the leader of sorts, kind of like Another life coach that we saw on the boat, not so much like him. This is a true leader.
Yeah.
Unlike the Fu Manchu, we follow some people. Some people lead, and Josh Todd is a leader.
Yeah. I agree. Let's see. There's so many people here with nothing to say. There's over 300 people watching. This is your show, guys. I'm ready to get the fuck out of here. Actually, in 5 minutes, I'm going to call it a night. That'll be an hour and a half of quality entertainment. I appreciate
You know what I
everyone.
bought?
Say it again.
I went to Smith's today to buy a few things, and I bought brats and the buns.
Nice.
I have a grill down there.
That sounds nice.
I mean,
Yeah.
every summer I like to eat summer things, like watermelons and brats and cotton candy and
What does Johnny
and
think of Nuno Betancourt's solo in the new song Rise?
enough with that song. I mean, yeah, it's fine, it's good. I've heard it before, it's great. I don't know. It's not that I don't like it. I mean, he's a good player. Obviously, it sounds good. I'm not really into funk rock. Like what they do is cool. Some people enjoy it. But yeah, it's fine. It's, you know, it's, it's got
Thank
some
you for the
parts to
super
it.
chat, Stonewall. I hope we answered it as well as we could. I know people are excited about Extreme. It's good. I mean, it's nice to see people. How do you deal with tinnitus? Hopefully, better than the guy who owned the Texas Roadhouse, right, Johnny?
He did go crazy, and that was it. But I almost went crazy the other day when we were there, and you spit out half your steak. However, they did comp it for us, so that's
That's
good.
true. That is true. What a bit shitty meal that was. That was
Yeah,
after the.
well, after you go to STK, you can't go anywhere else. That's the problem with going to those expensive steakhouses that we go to. Those are $125 steaks. You
Yeah.
go to this place for a $30 steak, not the same thing. They shouldn't even make you pick it out, like how they have which one would you like?
Mhm.
Doesn't matter. They should all be wearing helmets. In the steakhouse that we went to, those were like, which one of you pieces of shit is going to eat my son? I will offer him to you, then you can eat me. Well, it was nice to know you. The one we went to was like, I don't want that one. I want the one that's soft and been conditioned and trained. I like the animals to be cultured and know how to work the Dewey Decimal System. The steaks we ate, they don't know how to do anything. They're idiots. That's why they're there.
Mhm.
Tinnitus.
All right, we're almost done for another week. I will be in cloudy Los Angeles until Sunday, and then I will be on the road with Johnny Monaco and Stephen Piercy. We're going to go to everyone's looking forward to it too. We're going to go see the cherry picking contest, and then after that, who the fuck knows? I mean, what an exhausting life we live, Johnny.
Oh, I know. I'm so tired.
Everyone's looking.
I just might go to, kind of want to make those brats, but there's a little bit involved. I might just go to In-N-Out.
I think that's your go-to, Johnny.
Is that bad? It's probably
No,
bad, right?
nothing's
I always
good.
have a system when I go there. You got to go up there. First, I wash my hands because if you order, then they give you a cup. Then you got to take that cup into the bathroom, which is a nightmare in
cup?
there. Oh, listen. Yeah, because I get
You
the
said?
drink. A cup. So I wash my hands, then I go up there. I deal with this individual whoever time you say something and then you ask a question, they say, no problem. Like it's a problem. And then you get your drink, and then I don't fill it up immediately because if you do that, there's too much time to wait and the ice will water your drink down. So I kind of hang out and I try to guesstimate. I listen to the numbers, I count down, Some people have special orders. I account for that. Then I say, all right, they're probably going to call mine within the next 3 or 4 minutes. So at that moment, and that moment only, you first get the ketchup and you pump it. You don't use your hand because they're filthy. And you don't want to really get the bottom of the barrel because the ketchup could be sitting in there. I
Mhm.
see some stuff on the news. It's terrible. So you get a couple. I like to do 3 or 4, and I put them between my fingers, like on the Blue Oyster Cult album.
Mhm.
And I put them between here. And then I take those in the napkins and I find a place to sit that's away from, for the most part, as many people as I could find. If there's a table of children or someone who's screaming and yelling or not wearing socks or a flowing robe or any of that, I try to
Sit on
steer
the
away
curb.
from that.
Sit on the curb. I get it.
And I'll sit all the way in the corner. I have my go-to spots, but you don't want to be too far from the Coke machine because you need to get back over there at some point. So I find my thing, I set it up, I put everything, my napkin, so they know it's been claimed. Like when you go to, India and you get your wife. So then I claim my spot, then I get the drink. I bring it back, then they're like 82, and then I walk up there and I don't even give them the proof. I just say that's mine. And I grab it. I'm all ready to go. The drink's there. It's a big process, but that's really the best way to do it. And some people sit outside. I don't do that anymore because the I don't know. It's too windy.
There's riffraff out there.
There's yeah, birds and
Yeah,
the kids. It's the kids. They let their kids run around with like French fries up their nose, screaming and yelling, spitting on everything. They don't even know parenting. And there's like, hey, and the kid's like, yeah, dad. I'm sitting there looking at this asshole kid. I'm like, just talk to it. Do something. Put it in the
Nathan,
car, roll the windows up.
Nathan Fuller, thank you so much for becoming a YouTube channel member. Obviously, you saw something entertaining in this episode that made you want to be a member. I'm happy to see that. You just go to the front page, you hit join. You could become a member too. And I'm going to make sure that the members see the tour diaries and all that shit first. So thank you, Nathan. Welcome aboard. George was asking about Bitsy, who is asleep right now. But
I'm almost asleep.
me too. Yeah. May the both of you have an amazing weekend. Thank you. Well, we're not going to see each other, so we're going to have individual weekends. But actually, no, I'll see you on Sunday. I'll see
Okay.
you Sunday.
All right.
Desmond Castro is considering making the trip to the United Utah State Fair in September. That'd be nice. It's great. Going to be a big one. Itzy doesn't have time for the show. She's a big celebrity. That is probably true. Jason has a question. It's a long one, Jason. Jason, are you taking over for Indie Cult, who used to ask all the obscure Johnny questions? During the Enough days, do you have a distinct memory of shooting the There Goes My Heart music video? Was there much label support during that era?
Yeah, no, I remember that. We flew out to LA. We did it up on top of like a hill mountain sort of thing, kind of like Griffith Park Observatory sort of vibe. But it was out in the suburbs. We did the whole thing up there. It was pretty fun. I don't know if there was a lot of support, but I think the label did support. They paid the photographer. I think it was more about the people that shot it. It was like their deal. Like they wanted to be part of it and they wanted to shoot for Enough's Enough. And that was like one of the better videos I thought that I was in. Took my shirt off in that video. Like, yeah.
Everyone should look at that up. Tart cherries help with sleep. I have heard that cherries are good for people who are insomniacs. So maybe if we take a bunch of cherries that night, we'll sleep better. Did you see the Juan Crusade interview? What do you think? So this is a big question, and maybe we should talk about it earlier. I saw parts of it. It was very hard to watch. Juan is not the most interesting person in the world. Far from it. I'm surprised that anyone. You watch the interview if you like. You'll see. Mr. Entertainment. He's touring as the other voice of RATT again. Touring. He's going to play one show. I think it's stupid. I try to stay out of RATT's drama though, because I obviously work with Stephen Pearcy. But some of those guys are morons. Anyway, the interview's terrible. It's really unwatchable. He starts by saying that he's not going to talk about what's going on with RATT. Well, why else is anyone watching? He's just going to tell you about the box set after Stephen's already done 300 interviews telling you about the box set. So yeah, I don't have much to say about it. Solo or rhythm, Johnny, you are preferred. A lot of people feel that way. Viper Strike, thank you so much. I mean, I didn't get complimented, but I am agreeing with you. Let's see here. Jason is questioning the existence and all of life's choices. I don't know even what that means. Let's see. I'm just going through the end of it here. I've stayed longer than I would. I'm saying hello to everybody and all the nice things. And
What's this backstage pass thing?
backstage pass is what they call it when somebody becomes a member. I think, unless someone's asking for backstage passes.
Oh, I click on it. It says buy membership.
That's the
Oh, so I
join.
can buy
You
one.
found it.
Let's see how much it is.
Oh, look at this. Here's another
Oh,
one.
it's $5.99 a month.
$5.99 a month. That sounds like a really good deal. You get to watch things first. You get the little thing next to you so that we know that they're a channel member. And then there's other perks. There's emojis coming, Johnny. We're going to have cartoons. And these people could have their own cartoons. I'm going to get to work on that. So
Okay.
anyway,
I
F.
like that.
Mundine is the newest YouTube member. Thank you so much, guys. And you get to watch stuff early. This all the members have watched this Friday's interview already. Okay. Okay.
Pull the string. I don't know what that means.
Nita Strauss interview. She's hot. Yeah, I don't think so. Let's see. Nice show tonight, boys. Wow, Johnny, people are out of their minds. Thank you, D-Star13.
Mark Sanchez came back from his sleep. He said, "Do I like TSOL? I only like the Joe Witter." I don't know what that means. I don't know. I don't know a lot about that.
The True
TSOL.
Soldiers of
What's that?
Liberty. They were a punk
Oh,
band.
right.
They're best known for Steven Adler wearing their shirt in the Sweet Child of Mine video.
Oh, there you go.
Skylar's here. Skylar
I
says,
don't-
"Can you tell us who talked bad about your tour diaries that you were friends with? Was it someone from Trickster?"
Why don't you go ahead and tell them?
Yeah, well, it was a cocksucker named it was not. It was not a member of Trickster. So yeah, I think I'm still friendly with the guys in Trickster for the most part. Pete and I had some political thing on Facebook, and we are no longer Facebook friends. But I mean, who cares? All that stuff is so stupid. You know, I mean, if he wants to get in a submarine, anyway. Anyway, Randy says this has been a great podcast. I mean, okay. I think this is the worst one we've ever done. Yeah, Brian Kirk is a member and he's watched it years ago. They say you should never point out when you think it's bad, but who knows?
I think there's some fun. There's some funny stuff. Maybe I'm a little tired today. People keep reminding me of that.
Well, it is tiring.
Yes, and someone asked me. Yes, I did sell my guitars.
Oh,
I have I only have the two left that what's the difference if I say all of them? I go all but two. I mean, so I didn't put in parentheses. But yeah, most of my guitars I did sell. Yes.
Hold on. Sean, by the way, who has a great show, Malfunction, that's his name. He has a podcast of his own, The Thing with Two Heads. Very, very cool. They talk horror mostly there, but he said he's seen worse, so I'll take that because he knows his is good. So anyway, if you haven't subscribed to Sean, go over there and do it. Hold on. LT is here. LT, October 27th, 20th. Can't wait. Jackpot, Nevada. Well, LT, I'm excited to see you in Jackpot, Nevada. I didn't know anyone was going to go to that show. I kind of felt like that was one where we were going to go and never see another person. So
yeah. So it was by Idaho.
Yeah. Sean says, to be fair, I always think every show is our worst too. Well, that makes me feel better. I kind of sometimes think that it's just us that hate everything.
That's what the Enough's Enough audience says.
Well, they're usually right. Sean, you got to get out here to Vegas sometime. Gene Simmons is selling everything he's got. At some point, that Kiss Museum is going to be gone. He's
See,
yeah, he's getting
I'm
rid
onto
of
something
everything. I
here.
think
I'm
he's
a minimalist.
yeah. See, he's preparing. He's preparing for the worst. Keith
I don't
says
even have a
he's.
couch.
That's true. No couch, huh?
And this is
What is
made of
this
plastic.
question here? Trickster, Kicks, or Faster Pussycat? Which one could someone pay you to go see? That's easy. Easy for me. Johnny, someone would pay you to see one of these bands.
Do I have to do that? What are the
I'll go.
choices?
I'll go first. Kicks.
Oh, Kicks. Yeah. Okay.
Kicks is always good. Kicks is retiring. We will be going to see Kicks soon. Those other guys, Sean says he will come visit Vegas if he could buy Johnny a steak. Sean, you know the places he likes to frequent. That's a dangerous thing to offer. You'll be at STK.
I mean, I can't keep eating those terrible ones. I only go to the good ones now.
By the way, last week I told the story about how we went to see Elvis Costello to celebrate Johnny's birthday. The great Nick Lowe was opening, who I think is great as well. And we had a great time. And afterwards, we went to a steak place with a nice friend of ours, and a lot of people. Well, at least Michelle believes that people think that she was the person who became intoxicated and had to be carried out. She was not. She wasn't even there. She didn't do it. A lot of people
That's
agree
funny.
with Kicks. Sean agrees with Kicks. It's not just a great cereal. Johnny, did you like Kicks cereal when you were younger?
Yeah.
We've got
I
to
like all
get
that
this.
kind of stuff.
Johnny, next time I see you, I got to give you the mystery candy. I keep forgetting to do this. I got these mystery candy boxes, Johnny. And we're going to represent, maybe we'll do this next week, 4 decades of candy. This is the 1960s. Johnny, you are going to represent the 1960s. These are all your favorite candies from the 60s. It's a mystery. And we're gonna pull these out. I have this one here. This is the 70s. I will be representing the 70s. And then Jay, the Sin City collector, who I don't think is here today. He's also our valet. Otherwise, we would never get home. He is going to open the 80s, and that would leave Michelle to open the 90s. And we're going to see.
90s.
I know.
2000s.
Yeah. All right. Somebody said Tricks is better than Kicks. In the cereal department, I would have to agree with that. I have to agree with that. I like Tricks cereal better than Kicks cereal. But
I haven't bought cereal in a while. I'll probably do that one day.
Gene Simmons is selling autographed air. Hey, Sean, if you're still here, I was going to ask you a question. I was going to text you, but it's so much better to do things in front of an audience. Sean's got a video out right now. He bought 4 jackets from the cast of The Lost Boys, right? So he has the 4 main guys' jackets. There was multiple jackets used. These were most likely stunt jackets too, because they have holes in the back that maybe the rigs were for flying and things. Spoiler alert. Anyway, he's got this great video about how he acquired them, and then there was this big COA debate. But today, Sean, he kind of cryptically posted, sort of like Johnny selling all his guitars, that maybe something was going on with this prop company that he got it from. So, Sean, let me know what has changed. It was interesting. What happened is he bought these 4, and you should watch the video. I don't want to give it away, but he bought these 4 jackets from this company, but they only gave him 1 COA. And Sean said a thing that I actually live by. I've said it to a lot of people. I said it to Stephen, which is everything we own is borrowed. It's not ours. It's not going to last forever. Someone else is going to get our stuff. And then after that, someone will then sell to them. Michelle knows where everything is, and we're working on training her in the value of some of the things. But anyway, so his point was he should have a COA for each item, so that if someone wanted to break them up or sell them one day, you have that value. And all right, so the place is called Prop Store. Okay, so here is Sean Prop Store is doing an auction today, and their website keeps going down, and it's been a shit show. So I'm calling it karma. Gotcha. So they told him that they can't give him a COA unless he videotapes himself destroying it. He put it in the paper shredder, and much like myself, forgot to record. And then he sent them a box of shredded things. They Johnny, it's something you would do. He sent them an entire box of everything he shredded for the last month. And anyway, so they're having, but you've given them a lot of publicity. And look, these things weren't cheap. To own original movie props isn't cheap. Who owns the Puppet Master plush characters? I'm sure Sean probably knows better than me. What guitars did Johnny keep? Good question.
I kept the red. I kept the RG 550 and the red Telecaster.
Right. If someone made an offer, could they get one of those?
I need that one. That's all I need the one, and the other one is more for like a different style of music that I use sometimes. I need more guitar. I need to buy 2 more guitars.
Jason says Sean's Pillar of Souls video is his favorite. Prop Store hasn't been on their game lately. I haven't seen the Pillar of Souls one, but I knew that was the first one where he also had a little problem with that. But anyway, check out Sean's channel, Malfunction. He's got lots of good stuff on there. And then check out JohnnyMonaco.com. You can see what kind of stuff he's got going on.
Yeah, I have a store.
He has a store. Plush characters. I didn't know they're plush characters. I'm not a fan of those films. I've only seen a few of them. I haven't seen them myself. Okay. Hey, Danny Garcia is here. Johnny was talking about you earlier, Danny. We met you in South Texas. We were very close to the border, and Danny is a nice guy. And he's in one of the tour diaries. And
yeah, I wear that shirt sometimes. Remember, you said I was wearing a dress.
Brian says that we can buy your shoes. Is that true?
Yeah, you have a pair of Converse I only wear a few times, and I put them on the store because they're very cool. Except I have like big ankle bones or something, and when I wear high tops, it rubs against that bone and it really hurts. But they look cool and they're good shoes. Someone else with more of a slender ankle would probably enjoy them more. And I even have the box I bought them in. They're fairly new.
Can the box be autographed upon request?
Yeah, I could autograph anything on that page.
The other day,
Except one guy says doesn't mean said one guy said my autograph doesn't mean anything. 0.0
one guy came to the a young lady, a very nice young lady came to the meet and greet, and she was wearing the Stephen Piercy Italian shoes. She ordered a pair. She had the white ones; those are my favorites. And she had him autograph her Stephen Piercy shoes. Yeah.
Yeah. He said he was going to get me a pair of those. Remember?
Me too.
What size you need? I'm like, oh.
He's like, yeah. Let me see what I got here. Put your foot in this thing. Let me take a look.
He's got that thing, the machine, the metal thing with the sliding.
Oh, that's what I picture. Yeah.
Well, you look like you're a wide. So I would always go up a half step.
Now, Bill's a nice guy, but Bill, you're incorrect. He says auctioned off. One guy got them all. That is not true. If you paid any attention, the Get a Haircut Museum and Barbershop is displaying 2 of Johnny's guitars. Another gentleman named Mark Sanchez has one of the other guitars, and his pedals and other things have been divided up all over the world. Unlike the prop store, Johnny will offer a COA if someone would like it.
No personal checks.
Right. Danny says we need to talk about booking the 2nd annual Rock and Boots Festival. Well, I would love to go back to Texas. Jason says there's huh?
I almost moved there, remember?
Yeah, you were close. There's a guy named Tom Devlin who's a prop maker out of Vegas. He made a few of the Puppet Master dolls. They're at his museum in Vegas, I believe. Yes, Tom Devlin also did some props for Troma and things like that. He has a museum out here, a Monster Museum. I haven't been there. Sean, have you been to the Tom Devlin Museum? You been there, John?
Speaking of that,
Mhm.
I don't know if this ties into that, but the barbershop, JJ, they bought the Slash doll that was made for the Rainbow that was out here.
Uh-huh.
Rainbow Bar and Girl had this Slash. It's like it looks like a wax figure almost, but it's a half body. He's got the guitar and the hat. It looks like a
Mhm.
real face. Like it was made by one of those prop guys. It had to be. And they bought it. It's going to be in the barbershop.
Very
It's very
cool.
creepy. Yeah, it looks very real.
Okay, Sean's been there. I haven't been there. I feel like I should go. I think this weekend or sometime soon, Danielle Harris and Scout or whatever, they're doing their podcast there. They're Halloween people. By the way, Halloween 45 is still coming up. I haven't looked in a while. That's Sean. If you guys don't know Malfunction, he does this. He's one of the people behind the Halloween 45 Years of Terror. I got to buy my tickets. This thing's going to sell out. Um, I'm looking at it real quick to see if there's been any major announcements. Johnny, you might have a good time at the Halloween 45 convention.
Probably not.
Isn't Haddonfield near where you grew up?
Is that in the Midwest?
Well,
I thought that was East Coast, isn't it?
no, Haddonfield is allegedly in Illinois, but
What part? Maybe South.
well, I don't think it's a real place because it's actually in South Pasadena for the most part.
Oh,
Occasionally,
no. So,
it's in Hollywood, but you can go on a tour. Sean will take you on a tour during his this Halloween 45. You can see all the locations. All right.
I mean, I remember when I had a home in
Mhm.
Chicago,
Well,
and
Johnny,
I
we're
used
going to
to.
be there soon. We can visit. We can look at, I'll tell you a little something about Johnny you guys don't know. Johnny gets Zillow alerts for the properties in Chicago and Vegas and California for that matter. And he thinks about all the places he may live or has lived. And he likes to see the investment on it. Johnny is very angry with the man who bought his mother's house or brokered the deal. Is that thing right?
Yeah, that guy.
Yeah.
He's
He
he's the
has a
one that
picture.
he's the one that forced me into this hellhole I live in with these lunatics. I don't want to live in a building with these people.
Here's a good question. I had a friend from Illinois, and he used to tell me about this all the time. Has Johnny been to the mall that was demolished in the Blues Brothers?
Yeah.
Is it actually demolished now?
Oh yeah, it's not there anymore. Oh wait, actually,
I thought it was abandoned for a long time.
uh, I don't. Yeah, I don't remember. I think at that time it was probably a half out. I think it's the one. I think if it's the right one I'm thinking of.
Here's the Sean has the answer on Haddonfield. There is no real Haddonfield, Illinois. It was based on Haddonfield, New Jersey, where Deborah Hill used
See,
to live. But the film
these
was
guys.
actually shot in South Pasadena. Yeah.
I like the
But
Midwest.
yeah.
If I had my choice, I would move back there, and I would have a house with a backyard, no fences, and a lot of room in the house. Because when summer, you go in the backyard, you cook on the grill, you could hear crickets, stuff, starting to get warm, you know, and then you get done, you go inside, go down, watch a little TV in the recliner, and then it's time for bed, and you retire, and you go down to the coolest part of the place, and you close it. It's all silent, and you go to bed, and you wake up, and it's like, you know, like Mary Poppins or Cinderella, the birds. And you wake up and then, not like here where I hear a garbage truck and some dog barking and some stupid lady talking to some other stupid lady and people not saying anything to me in the elevator and looking at me weird and, giving me attitude,
Me,
vaping,
this
smoking pot. Yeah,
Johnny, this
block that guy. Block him.
Johnny,
Block him.
he
Yeah.
wants a
Yeah.
shout
Yeah.
out.
He
What did
thinks
he
he's
say?
funny.
What did
I,
he
it,
say?
he doesn't have to say anything. Look at his name. What do you
That's
think
not
he's
my.
saying there? You get it? You get what he's saying?
Mhm.
Mm-hmm. He thinks he's being clever. That might be my friend Kevin. He always used to say that. If it's my friend Kevin, it's okay. But
Mhm.
if it's just some guy who thinks he's funny, we were in the other day in a shop where we at the airport,
Mhm.
and people were paging Michael Hunt and Peter
It
Gazzagna,
was like huge erection or something. It was a crazy.
huge erection, Feel McCracken.
Mhm. It was in the casino.
I need a Kotex.
Mhm. Oh, it is
Yeah.
Kevin. Well, he says he's Kevin.
Oh, if it's me,
Does it look like Kevin?
I don't
I
know.
mean, it looks like it might be Curly Joe, but
I can't
no
make it
offense,
out.
Kevin.
He might just be saying that. People are such deviant lunatics
Do you
that
know this?
they'll.
Hold on. I like giving him some attention. Does that mean anything to you?
It's what Maya Cox long. It's why why are you laughing?
One of those nights.
Peter Gazzagna.
So it's not your friend.
I doubt it. I mean, I don't know. I mean, maybe it is. I don't think so. I'll tell you right now.
Reality Check TV. Santa Carla and Lost Boys was actually Santa Cruz, where he lived at the time, and he hung out in the boardwalk where it was filmed. It's a very cool experience. I think Sean has a video of Lost Boys locations on his channel as well. I'd love to see all those things. I haven't done it. Hoping it's I always look where we're going to see what I can film, but it hasn't been anything all that interesting lately. I mean, the cherry picking thing is kind of the highlight.
Maya
Yeah.
Cox long.
National Lampoon's Vacation. We like to send out a mailer. That's Brian Doyle Murray, Bill Murray's brother, who says that line. And
Do
he
you think I
came
should
back
get?
in Christmas Vacation, and he played his boss, Frank Shirley. So anyway, little vacation trivia. Oh, his Lost Boys video is not up, coming very soon, so you have to keep an eye on it. I don't know, Sean, how you do it. He tours with the artists that he represents. He's got some of the Walking Dead people. He's got Screen people, and like a lot of Halloween people, and so he travels doing that as well. And then he films his videos, Horrors Hollowed Ground. So it's not easy to do it all. Let's see. Now everybody's lost their minds. I mean, look at these things. Everybody's cracking up,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm finding
Yeah,
it funny.
right. Of course you do.
Best
Best
pizza
pizza.
in Chicago, Johnny? Is it Illuminati?
No, that's not what it's called. And it's hard to say best because when you say best, someone's going to expect it to be one of the main ones. But every little town has like a local pizzeria that's like family owned,
Well,
and
spit
every
it.
one of them is good. I mean, I don't where I went, the one I liked was called V&V, but there's like a V&V type thing in every little town. I've been to South Side, I've been to North Side. I suggest like, you go to the town you're in. Downtown, you can't really, you're gonna get something big. People like Lou Melinati's. I don't really like that too much. Gino's East. I kind of like Gino's. If you like the stuffed spinach pizza with the mushrooms and the sausage, they put the sauce on the top. I like that. But that's like one or two pieces, you're done. I like the skinny pieces where they're cut in squares and you can just eat a bunch. I go around the corners. There's a Fellini's out here too. I think that they have one there, but that's kind of not as great as it used to be. But every small suburb has a local pizzeria, and it's always good. It's just a thing out there with the sauce, I guess. Here, it's Armageddon out there. I go to get a pizza. Next thing I know, we're buying 4 slices for $6 and eating on my trunk of my car. Which actually, what time is it?
Oh, geez,
o'clock.
good question. Yeah,
I thought we were done here. I'm hungry.
I know. I went long, and now it's 2 hours. So hopefully everybody enjoyed this. We got a few new members, and I don't know what this is. Blah, blah, blah.
Caprini Green. I went to barber school like up 2 blocks from Caprini Green. There's no reason for me to go in there. It's not like that anymore. They don't even have it like that anymore.
Johnny, I got
Hmm?
I got a place here for you, Johnny. It's called Cugino's. They're Mets fans. We won't hold it against them, but that has been the best pizza that I've discovered since being here.
Tried them all. It just
No, I don't think
one
you've had this one.
disappointment after another.
You'll like it,
Good
Johnny.
disappointment.
It's New York pizza though, but you like New York pizza.
Fucking motherfuckers.
Danny Garcia likes Luminati's. He's a fan.
All right.
Plus, he's from South Texas, so I mean,
Well, yeah, what the fuck they know?
Johnny got a haircut? Question mark. Little late to the broadcast.
Hmm. No, someone asked me if I had to ask before I got my haircut. I was going to actually do that because you said like it. He told me he liked it 4 times.
Yeah. I told you he would like it and that you didn't have to ask.
Because Stephen Piercy's smart. He likes to do things that are new and different and go forward and try to, keep going.
Design shoes.
He's, you know, yeah, Vemmy,
Later this year,
me.
you'll see Stephen out on the convention circuit. Sean's working on some big things and some big clients. Can't talk about it yet, but some exciting things. A lot going on in the world of Stephen Piercy,
Okay.
RATT, and all of that. And
Hold on, breaking news. Todd Morrissey is doing humor.
there's a lot of
Super
people
funny.
doing. Oh yeah, that's the
Super
one.
funny guy.
That was the dumbest one. But
He claims that my haircut looks like a bull. Like a bull. I don't think it does. However, you report. But hilarious though, Todd. Hilarious.
listen, Johnny, people they like to riff.
So funny. Really. Like going through life being that funny has to be something. Like just the way, when you sit at a table and start telling your jokes and they go,
I gotta get up early, and I'm going to the Burbank
funny.
tomorrow.
He's fun. Todd's
And,
funny.
yeah.
He's just funny as guy. Hilarious. For stupidity, he's funny.
All right, we talked to these people for 2 hours. There's been a lot of nice people, and blah 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 blah. We'll be back. I don't know. I think Wednesday's okay. At some point, we start playing on Wednesdays, but this Friday, Hannah's from Shiraz Lane. I think you guys will like those guys if you like the hair metal type, whatever it's called thing. He'll be on here. Johnny and I both enjoyed them on the cruise. And so that's Friday. Monday, back with Tour Diaries, while I'll be, and then it's the 4th of July. Try to all have a very lovely 4th of July. Johnny, what will you be doing for the 4th of July?
Blowing up Todd Morrissey's house.
You'll be sitting, you can't say that. You'll be sitting next to you'll be sitting next to me.
Well, on an airplane, right? Scheming. Are we coming back the night of the 4th of July or the day?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Night? No, we're coming on a night flight?
No, like in the afternoon.
That doesn't sound right. Oh, well, no one's gonna be blowing off fireworks in the afternoon.
No, you have those. You have your uppity friends. You go over and hang out. You did it last year. You know.
I don't. Oh, that's right. I did do that.
Yeah, you have like.
No, I don't. I don't want to do anything with anybody. I'm so tired of everybody. Everyone I know. They're just disappointing, and I'm tired of it. And I'll probably just sit here, and I don't have a couch. If I had a couch, I would totally sit on the couch. I'll sit in this chair, and I will watch. What day is it? Is it a Saturday?
No,
I watch Svengoolie on Saturday. No.
Tuesday.
Oh, well, it's going to be a lame one then. I don't know what to do. What are you going to do?
I don't know. I don't really thought that far ahead. Probably sleep right through it.
Try to talk the cat off the ledge.
My cat is not scared of fireworks. They can really care less about it. So,
well,
yeah,
I don't know. I don't know. These people. I'll tell you what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna take off a month.
Maybe I'll go live and do a holiday special. It can't be any less interesting than this one. All right, that's the end of the show. It's been great. Remember, go to johnnymonaco.com. You can buy his belongings. He's got all kinds of fun things available. Yeah. Don't text him or email him ridiculous things.
My big ankle hurts.
Thank everybody for the super chats, all the new members. Thanks for Sean for hanging out. Go check out his channel, Malfunction, if you like horror and pop culture. And Johnny's getting a little exercise in right now. And interview Friday, Tour Diary Monday, and I'll see you all guys again next week. Right, Johnny?
Yep.